Asians. It doesn't really matter where in the world, does it? What comes to mind? Chinky eyes, bad driver, smart, hardworking? A hegemonic way of thinking that shows what history has become? No one really questioned it because it just made you look kind of dumb. It's like looking through the same lens, but we're all blind. We hear one thing and agree just to be kind. The model minority myth treats us all the same, but in the end, it never really foretold what we became. See, where I'm from, schools consist of about half Hispanics and half Asians. Hispanics were thought to be lazy and less competent, while Asians were thought to be smart and more of an accomplishment. Asians were expected to make up the majority of the graduating class, while Hispanics were thought to be lucky just to pass. There were always two different sides, one for Hispanics and one for Asians, separate but equal, more like one side of the story and a really bad sequel. The schools seemed to always put the two against each other like some big test. They wanted to see who would come out victorious. They wanted to see who was the best. Who's stronger, who's smarter, who's just overall better, making them work so hard just to say you got some stupid letter. Competition that puts some of the greatest students face to face. Asians and Hispanics, I guess that's why they call it race. Then contradictions started to arise that would change the massive narrative that was created by the ideological misconceptions of a human being. There were large groups of Asian students causing trouble, but faculty didn't really know what to do because that would burst their ideological bubble. Gang affiliations and drug experimentations. This created a new common sense due to already distorted perspective. It's like they took one group and just analyzed it as a collective. This didn't destroy the model minority myth, it just created a good and a bad. One being the idolized merit scholar, and the other was a wannabe triad. Then one day, I'm caught in the middle of the line. I always thought since I was Asian, people would think I was smart, and that was fine. While I found out I was categorized as dumb because of the way I dress and look, I thought that would describe my personality, not the way I read a book. Reactions like, "You're going to UCSD? You don't even look that smart." Presumptions of class and race are what kept me and UCSD apart. You see, I didn't come from the wealthiest family, which means I didn't fit the educational norm. And being Asian, I was seen as the other, unfit for the university dorm. Society tends to look at people and judge them on a common historical basis. Prejudice accusations of another, that's the definition of a historical racist. People place so many different opinions under a stereo just to hear it clearly. They would attempt to type their own, but can never seem to do it as sincerely. Instead, people will go outside and apply the values that they have read. One day, they'll finally realize that's how stereotypes are spread.